So here we're going to look at how to select sections of our data that are uploaded in our Pandas data frame. So let's have a look at our lifeboats data. Have a look at the header again. I'll just print out the first 5 rows and we can see what we've got. So we've got a number 1 to however many rows we have, a launch, date and time, side of the boat, which boat it is, the crew, the men and the women, the turtle and the captain. So let's select a row. We use the name of the variable, lifeboats data, where it's all stored. Let's ask for rows 1 to 2. We know that that is going to give us just 1 row because it assumes you don't want the second row. Interestingly, if you just ask for row 1 in this case, you get an error. That's not how it works. You need to do a slice into it. So if you wanted 2 rows, you do 1 to 3, and that will give you first and the second row. So normal Python counting here. Selecting the column, lifeboats data, square brackets, and the name of the column, but make sure you match it exactly, spaces, underscores, dots, everything. And that selects all of that launch column. So you can see we've got 18 rows of data, but we've just selected that one part of data from it. You can select more than one column. So more than one row of column, you need to put it in as a list of lists. So it's double brackets, double square brackets, and I'm going to select the total and the cap. So this is comma separated. In a list of lists, and that brings out 2 of our columns for us. So to select a single value, we select the column first, which then allows us to select just a row number. So that pulls out that 1 value for us. And in the same kind of theory as well, we can select a range of values. So let's do a range of values. So we've got a range of columns. So that's the list of lists, 2 square brackets. Let's go with side and boat. And then we have in the second square bracket after it again, we have a range of columns. Let's go to, sorry, a range of rows, which goes 2 to 5. So we have 2 columns and 3 rows. And obviously you set that selection to whatever you want it to be. So that's selecting on the location of the value. We can also actually search on the, select on the value that's held in there. So, for example, if we wanted to pull out everything that happened on the port side of the boat, as opposed to the starboard side of the boat, we're going to do side port as a new variable name. Select from lifeboats data anything that's inside, as long as it is equivalent to port. So again, you need to match capitals and everything you've got here. And if we print that out, then that tells us whether it's true or false. So you can select on that option then where you know whether it's a true or false value. So if we do that's data, so this time we use our variable that we've created, side port. We can use it as a filter, and that's just going to select all the ones that are true, so all the ones that are report. If it's starboard, it doesn't get in there. So that is searching on something being equal to a particular value of port. You can also do it for less than and equals to as well. So if you want women, where there's less than 20, it's life, births, data, select the column of women, and then ask for those less than 20. Now if you print that out, then we get the same again, and we get a credible value of 1 value, where there's a woman value that's under 20. So you can search for something that's equivalent to, less than or equal to, not equal to, all your normal Boolean operations. You can also combine these together in an AND statement or an OR statement. So therefore, life births, data. So we've got our two conditions that it needs to be side port and women under 20. If we print that out, we get our single row because we selected the first half and ports, but there's only one where the value for women is under 20. So you can do an OR, or you can do an AND. Right, so that is our kind of how to select your data, either a single value, a range of values, or on the actual value that's in there. When you're ready, on to the next video, and we're going to have a look at how to sort our data set. I'll meet you there when you're ready.